Is this really fun? On paper, Kuru Kuru Kururin might sound a bit lame to some people. You're navigating courses with a continuously spinning stick and you aren't even allowed to touch the walls more than a few times. Because if you do, you're dead. In this video, we're looking back at the game Kuru Kuru Kururin, which I from now on will refer to as only Kururin, because the name will cost me too many retakes of this recording. With that said, however, let's look into the question if you should play this or not. As mentioned, the premise of the game might not sound like much. Your goal is to navigate courses with a spinning stick, which according to the game's story is a helicopter called Hellerin. The stick never stops to spin, which requires the player to navigate the courses when the stick is lined up correctly, otherwise you risk running into a wall. The game was a release title for the Game Boy Advance both in Japan and Europe, releasing in 2001 on March 21st in Japan and June 22nd in Europe. The game never made it outside of these regions originally, but eventually was available for all of these three regions on the Virtual Console on the Wii U. Since the Wii U was the first time the game was released in North America, one could argue that no one still hasn't had a chance to play it in that territory. Poor Wii U. Except for moving Hellerin, your vehicle, around, you can also control the movement speed. Holding either the A or B button will increase the speed a bit, and holding both buttons will increase it even more. A skilled player will constantly make use of the speed in order to quickly navigate the levels, and this mechanic is what makes the game start to become more interesting. The way the game justifies this whole concept with the story is that the main character, which is called only Kururin, is asked by his mother to go find his missing brothers and sisters. And that's it. You do get a little bit of dialogue now and then when you save your siblings. Like this one. Or this one. Oh, and some random piece of trivia for you. The Kuru Kuru in Kuru Kuru Kururin actually means spinning in Japanese. And as the main character is called Kururin, it's all about him spinning around. I really like that they use the same name outside of Japan, even if it doesn't make any sense at all for anyone not speaking Japanese. During the stages, you're able to find collectibles in the form of new forms and colors for your vehicle. The siblings that you're supposed to find is also found on the stages themselves and can actually be missed. Some stages features more maze-like levels that try to hide both the siblings and the collectibles in parts of the stages where you normally wouldn't go. Those collectibles are actually free to use when you find them and comes with the base game. No additional DLC purchases required. Playing retro games feels weird at times. I wonder if there's no battle pass available anywhere. The challenge of Kururin isn't only to complete the levels. The player is also rewarded for not taking any damage, as well as beating all the set record times on all the stages in the game. At the start of the game, the stages are ridiculously short, taking only a few seconds to complete. But as the game goes on, they instead take several minutes to complete and are great tests of your ability to focus, especially if you go for the challenges to take no damage as well as complete all the time trials in the game. I would personally say that it is when you're aiming to complete these that the game really starts to shine, as many of the level design intents then surfaces for real. The music in the game is solid, albeit not fantastic. The loops of most tracks are quite short and definitely fit the worlds they accompany, but you won't try to interrupt the party's Spotify music list with them. There are still nice music to enjoy, and when you get to the fifth world, the cave world, you grade it with this stellar music track. Let's listen to it for a short while, as it is one of my favorites in the game. Who should play Kuru Kuru Kururin then? People without patience should probably look away, as this game becomes quite tough towards the end. The core gameplay never changes either, which makes it a bit repetitive. This could be off-putting to some people, I can imagine. If you don't find the gameplay that's been playing in the background fun to look at, the game could be a hard sell for you. But for anyone that loves more arcade-like experiences and don't mind learning the layout and obstacles of the stages will be greatly rewarded, as I personally think this is an excellent game. I received the game with my GBA back in the day and still look fondly upon the game, as I believe it holds up really well today. So, are you curious to try out this game for yourself? If you like these types of videos, then please have a look at similar ones that can be found on my channel over here. You can also find me on Twitch, where I stream several times a week. Please check the links in the description in order to see the most updated schedule about that. And hey, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day. See you!